Hello, everyone. Amanda Williams, MD, MPH, and I am here with you today to talk about eye health. This is so incredibly important. And sometimes we take our eyes for granted. And we certainly know that there are many different conditions that can affect our vision. So, most people have heard of things like cataracts and age related macular degeneration. And sometimes we just accept these as part of the aging process. And I always say, no, we're better to be proactive rather than be reactive. Most people, when they go out in the sun, say if you're going to be going to the beach or you're going to the pool for the day, most people usually will grab their sunglasses. And why do you do that? You do that to keep the sun from damaging your eyes. And the reason why is because we know that the blue light that is emitted from the sun, so we think about the UV light, for example, and we know the colors of the rainbow, so it's the blue light that we are particularly focusing in on. The blue light can be incredibly damaging to our eyes because it passes directly through the eye and right into the retina, so it can do significant amount of damage. And we know that the UV light, so the blue light coming from the sun, emits about 25% is going to be coming through. But the really frightening thing is when we're using different devices, such as our cell phones, computers, televisions, we're getting upwards of 35% of that blue light being transmitted. So, this is really important because we know that well over 90% of Americans have cell phones. And we also know most people have home computers or have a LED television. So we have to take this serious. This isn't something like you just want to wait until, you're having a problem with your sight. We want to make sure that we are doing everything just like we do when we go outside to put sunglasses on, that every single day you're taking a nutrient that can help to offset that damaging effect from looking at your cell phone. And they said on the average, most people look at their cell phone about 50 times a day. So every time you pick that phone up, you are emitting that blue light right directly into your eyeballs, which is definitely not a good thing. So, how do we combat this? Because we know that people can suffer from digital strain. So, maybe you have a job where you're sitting in front of a computer all day. Maybe you are just obsessed with your phone and you constantly are looking at your phone all day long. This can create digital strain. So we have to make sure that we have the appropriate nutrients on board. Well, there's just some basic things across the spectrum that we know we have to have. We know that the eye itself requires certain vitamins and minerals. So vitamin A, vitamin C, the eye really likes vitamin C. It's important to make sure that we have adequate vitamin C every single day just to fend off the oxidative stress that can occur within the retina itself. So we want to be able to protect those retinal cells. So, and this is also important when we think about the optic nerve. So, all of these things are really quite essential to overall eye health as we get older, and especially in this world of technology where we are bombarding ourselves each and every single day with the harmful effect of blue light. So, we know that we need to have vitamin A, vitamin C, certainly very important, but zinc is also very important. Many times we look at zinc being key for our immune system, but zinc is also really an integral component when we think about our visual health as well. So we want to make sure that we have a nutrient that is combining all of these. Well, we have our macula advanced formulation, which is really nice because it combines all these different nutrients. So you have the benefit of vitamin A, vitamin C, you get your zinc. It also has the added benefit of NAC, so N-acetylcysteine. Now, why is that important? Because we know NAC does so much when it comes to enhancing our body's natural production of antioxidants, such as glutathione, for example. But we also know that NAC plays a critical role in terms of down regulating inflammation. And one area that we certainly don't want to be inflamed is anywhere near our eyeballs. So NAC is certainly a lovely addition to this particular product. It also contains bilberry extract, which I think is so cool because bilberry has been around for hundreds of years. And they have always talked about how bilberry could be beneficial for night vision. Well, why is this? Where did this all come from? Well, back in the wartime, they were giving bilberry jam to British fighter pilots, and they said that this would help with their visual acuity when flying at night. Well, there's actually something to that. And what it actually is that the bilberry extract, along with cassis fruit extract, which are both contained in the Immaculate Advanced formulation, what they actually have is this really cool constituent known as C3G or cyanidin 3 glycoside. And it is this cyanidin 3 glycoside that actually works in a way to support the rhodopsin within the eye. And the rhodopsin is the eye's light absorber. So it helps to enhance this. So, of course, if we have adequate amounts of cyanidin 3 glycoside, this can certainly help with the way that our eye is filtering that light in dark settings. So we know that this is definitely a benefit. So this product has that cassis fruit extract, yielding us more of that cyanidin 3 glycoside, but it also contains the bilberry extract. So it's just a really, really cool formulation. It also contains lycopene, lutein, and zeaxanthin. Now, why are those so important? Because when we look at the natural carotenoids within the eye, we know that these play a really, really important role into the way that the eye itself fends off oxidative stress. So we want to make sure that we always have adequate amounts of these powerful carotenoids on board. So when you're using the Macula Advanced, you're getting all of these different nutrients in a single capsule. So I generally would advise taking 2 capsules per day. Now, if someone already is experiencing perhaps some visual issues, or maybe you are just in front of a computer all day long, then it would be advantageous to do 2 caps twice a day, certainly. But at minimum, you'd want to be taking 2 capsules a day to really get those nutrients on board to make sure that your eyes have the ability to fend off that blue light and the rest of the environmental things that our eyes are exposed to on an everyday basis. So we have to face the reality. We live in a digital world. We know that most people are going to have their phones glued to their hands, or they are glued in front of their television, or they are glued in front of their computer or their iPad. So you have to take the appropriate steps to make sure that we are not only fending off the damaging effects that the blue light that's emitted from those LED devices, but also just from the digital eye strain alone. And having these nutrients on board can be very, very beneficial in achieving that. So I encourage you to go to our website, invitehealth.com, and check out our Macula Advanced. Really, really a wonderful, wonderful formulation. And I will be back with you in a few more days to talk about more wonderful nutrients available at Invite Health. Thank you so much.